And then you see the true month open and the true week open as well, right? Those are good entries, but they're bias filters at the same time, right? So, for example, if I see like maybe Monday, Tuesday, price keeps going back and forth to true month and true week open, then I know we're in engineering phase. So what does that tell me? Switch to that fade logic, right? You just wait for get number two sweep into like one of those levels, and then you just take the other weights back to like mid range or previous low or previous high, right? Until you start to see that okay, market is starting to build value away from true week and true month open, which starts to tell you that the market is about to expand and deliver either to the upside or to the downside. And then now you can switch back. Now you can switch to that continuation logic where like, okay, you're not looking to fade the lows if you know it's delivering lower. You just look for pullback above it, either a true session open or a sweep of like 6 hour high, right? And then you just go off that essentially. That's how you use true opens in like the simplest terms. So basically, if you're looking for shorts, you want to short above the true open. But if you're like kind of if you're looking to have a bias, just watch how price throughout the week like is like kind of behaving around that true month and week open. Because if it keeps like going back and forth, you know that we're in engineering phase. So price is less likely to deliver in the way you think it is. Therefore, you just look to fade TP like around mid range or end of the opposing range, like the daily, right? Previous high, previous low. And then once it starts to see like, price actually start, building, further below true month open. And then that tells you that it's ready to deliver. Is if they're not showing interest to go back to true month open or true week open as well, right? Because here's what I mean. Like for example, right, if you're let's say for NKD, right? Notice how when it came below true week open, right? That's what I mean. If you're assuming that we're still in engineering phase, right? My short entry would have been above this true month open, and then if you got out the short, you could have bought below the true week open or the London true session open as well, right? That's what I mean. So let me put into simplicity for you real quick. There you go. So notice how Q2, right, goes below Q1's low, and then set up for a 6 hour CRT, right? And then over here, right, for the 90-minute cycle, there's true session AM open starts spawn, right? Therefore, and so like no, no, I was saying, right? Once the true session AM open forms, and you know that the 6 hour shift is bullish, once price trades below that true session AM open, you can just click buy, right? And then just hold till like one of the extreme levels, like this supply zone up here, or that fair like towards the end of the fair value gap, right? And that's kind of how to play about it. So basically, like it depends, like what side you're looking to enter. If you're looking for longs, make sure it's below the true open. If you're looking for shorts, make sure it's above it, and that's just so you're entering mid range. But if it's not all my entries are exactly like at the true open levels. Like sure, like let's say if let's say for standard deviation, right, Frank, you notice how it came to negative 2.5, right? So I see people try to long off there, right? That works pretty well too because it was below 2 day open, right? So it just made sense to long there in the first place. Or if you saw that Q1 closing above that, then your entry more likely would have been true session AM open, right? This 50-minute fair value gap that was formed, right? That would have been another way to enter your trade, right? For the true session open. So again, like once price taps into that 50-minute fair value gap, your trade would have looked something like this, right? Back to true month open area, right? With the 6 hour CRT setup. So your trade would have looked something like this today if you had followed the 6 hour CRT, right? And that's how I enter below or above the true opens, basically. It just depends what I'm looking for and what the market is showing me personally.
Yo, I know this is basic